y'all. What's going on? So, we are, I'm here now to formally introduce our couples podcast. So, we've decided that I think we may be good at this together. So, we've decided that we were going to come out with a couples podcast, and we are calling it
Two sides, one story.
Yes, I like it. I like it. So, in this podcast with me and Jay, we will be just discussing questions that people have like sent to us, and we're going to answer, basically how we would as a couple. So, we have a couple questions, so we wanted to come on and just do our first video together. Yay, I'm excited. So, we are still trying to figure out how to do this. So, hang tight. So, um, the first question that we were asked was, could you date or be in a marriage with someone where you guys don't share the same political ideologies? So, I guess I'll go first answering that. Um, I don't think so. I don't think you can be married to someone who doesn't share your same political ideologies, because I feel like it's so far, like either it's far left or it's far right, and there's really no in the middle, I guess you can say, especially where our world is at today. So I don't think, because how I feel about a certain someone right now politically, I don't. I guess I would. I feel like I would judge you in a marriage, depending on like what you say and like how you like. You know what I'm saying? Like, so not to say whether we're Democrat or Republican or anything like that, but I do think that it would be impossible to date somebody who feels that way. Like, you would either have to be far left and both of you guys think that way, or far right and you guys think that way. What do you think?
I mean, me personally, I feel like, completely different views, absolutely not. But like me and my wife, like, do we share like some different views on political, and at the end of the day, it's not a deal breaker for, like, oh no, if you believe in that, then I don't know what, but
Right.
I feel like, it's certain stuff that you're gonna like that your spouse isn't gonna like, but as far as completely different, like you voting for Trump, I'm voting for Kamala, absolutely not.
That, and like I
That
said,
I
that
don't
is
think
two
I
totally
don't
different
think
ideologies.
that's gonna be a healthy household, because it's always gonna be
Back and
conflicting
forth.
factors that, oh well, I believe in this and you believe in that. So me personally, I don't think completely different views. Now, you're not gonna agree on everything. I mean, we ain't robots, so
Right.
we're not gonna agree on everything, but I feel like completely different views, no. Sharing some different views, I mean,
Maybe.
yeah, maybe it'll work out. But like I said, I'm not political, so no, I don't really get into it.
But I did see
That was
that,
one of the
and I was
questions
like,
we got
you
asked.
know
So I
what?
was like, that's a pretty good
I'll
question.
see about that. The next one is, would it matter to you if I made more than you?
You want me to go first?
Yes.
Hell no! Hell no! You be crazy. You gotta be an insecure male, unless you just throwing it in your face. So hold up,
Right.
let me
Right.
correct
Yeah,
myself.
take that back. Because if I'm always like,
Let me
well,
correct myself.
I'm the
Right.
one, I make more money than you,
If
I'm around here
y'all a
paying all the
strong
bills.
power couple and you doing what you do, you're not jobless, you doing what you do, you bringing something to the table, and you provide in the best way you can, and you paying bills, mortgage, rent, whatever you got, car note, whatever. But she just happened to make a little bit more money than you.
What
I
do you
mean,
do?
I feel like it's our money, right? Unless she's saying, oh, your money is yours and mine is mine. But me personally, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But it depends on if she one of them females, oh, well, this my money and you need to go out and get a better job. But I feel like if you treating your man like that, you shouldn't be with him. But me, I think, I wouldn't mind. I mean, shit, I would prefer it, but
He
yeah.
clowning.
So, but yeah, like that's my view on that. Like, I wouldn't mind it at all, but it's probably some man that feel less than a man, and I feel like that's insecure. I mean, to think that money make you a big man or all that shit, because I ain't got a lot of money, but it ain't gonna make me insecure.
And I feel like it really shouldn't matter. I feel like in a marriage, it really should be one pot, especially when it comes to like your finances, when it comes to like what bills are getting paid in the house or what's going on. I mean, if you have children, like what's going on with the kids, like are those things being taken care of? And at the end of the day, whoever makes the most money, I don't believe that that should like that that should mean that you would put that the other person down who's not making enough. Now I can see if you had somebody who was just not doing nothing at all, like not working or working here, working there, having odd jobs, not really doing what they're supposed to be doing, not really pulling their weight, and you're finding yourself always having to pick up the slack all the time. I can understand how that can be mentally, physically, it can be draining. But I'd say do what works best in your house, because I know we spend a lot of time on social media. We spend so much time in our phones. And I think sometimes we have unrealistic um, goals or unrealistic things that like ways that we think that things should happen or that our marriage should be. So I know I've been seeing this thing too about this 50-50 conversation. Like, I don't know if they've been having this conversation since the dawn of time. But what difference does it make if you're saying, okay, well, you pay half the bills, I pay half the bills, and we just split it down the middle? Because my thing is, if you guys are secure in your marriage and you're like, okay, this is what, and it don't even have to be a 50-50 thing. It can be, okay, you pay the rent and you pay the bills in the house. Just a responsibility, you know? And I know that, you know, these women nowadays, you know, they be wanting to get taken care of. I don't know, call me crazy. I'm not that kind of person. My father didn't raise me to be that kind of person. I like to be able to pay my own bills. I don't know how I would feel if Josh was like, "Oh, don't worry about it. I'll pay everything. Like you just stay at home." I don't think that that's for me personally. Now there are some stay at home, some wonderful stay at home moms, and that's a job in itself. But I just don't personally think that I could be a stay at home mom. Like our first date, we went half. First date, we went
I was
half.
surprised. Because you know, the first day you know you're gonna save up a little bread because you think you gotta, but no, it wasn't like that. We went to Chili's and split the bill, so
I
that
know.
was cool for me.
Chili's is one of my favorite restaurants. I mean, I don't believe myself to be high maintenance, and I don't think that you should just, oh well, you know, this man taking me out on a date,
You know,
so
because I
we
was
going to
prepared
Roof
for
Chris.
some Ruth Chris money. I had some Ruth Chris money that
But
day.
I
Cause,
feel like you're being judged though.
right.
So if that
And
so
if
if
she
that
would
was
have
my
said
thing,
that, we probably wouldn't have went on a second date.
but that's what I'm
It would have
saying.
been, you
Like
know.
I feel like it's like okay, cool, you'll do that, but then you'll be judged for it. Like why you want to go Roof Chris? And I'm like,
First date. I mean, I don't even know if I'm gonna like you
you
for real.
you wanna go out on a date that you can't afford yourself,
Right.
and that
Because
shouldn't
you ain't
be
eating Ruth Chris or Fleming Steak 48 on the regular, so don't think.
so right.
Right. That ramen noodle in there. Get it together.
You think she at home eating ramen,
Shit.
or he at home eating ramen? Whoever
Right.
paying the bill.
But
So yeah, so that is our take on that. And the next question is, how do you survive the honeymoon stage? So I guess the honeymoon stage will be like either like right when you first get together, or right after you get married, and you guys are just in a state of bliss. Like you're just happy all the time. Everything is just everything. And yeah, then you know, year go by, y'all finally settle into y'all house, y'all trying to get things together, and somebody left the cereal box open, and I've asked them a dozen times not to do that because it makes the cereal stale. And now here's our first argument. I don't think that was our first argument though. I don't think so. But that was just the first thing that it's just something so small and that can turn into something so big. So I mean, for me personally, I would say to survive the honeymoon stage, I would just say keep a open line of communication. It's very, very important to communicate. And I know sometimes it's hard, especially for women. Like we communicate, that's all we do all day. We talk. We talk a lot. We talk to our girls. We vent. We do this and that. But for men, they don't do that. They don't really have powwows. Do y'all have powwows with your friends?
No, we play the game. Shit, we might hit each other up sporadically on text message. Hey,
Just
bro,
to
what's
like
up?
catch up, but
Checking in,
it's
see what you
not
doing.
like,
Or we see each
man,
other
guess
in
what such and
passing, but
such
men don't
did?
really. I mean, men could not see each other for a while, and then when we link back up, it's like we pick up where we left off at. So that's just me and my boys.
Yeah,
I
so
mean,
it's like,
we pick up right where we left off. So we like, I got a few homeboys like we ain't talk, like we barely talk. But my boy makes sure he hit me up every year on my birthday, and I already know if he see this, he already know what I'm talking about. But it don't matter if we talk all year. I hit him up once a year, see what he doing. He hit me up. I mean, no matter what, he can always make sure he check on me around that time. So.
or your other friend who
Right.
absolutely checks in at least once a month
Right, yeah,
to see what's going
and we be
on.
on the phone for like an hour and a half. He know who the hell he is too. So right, but yeah. So
But versus me
right.
and my few friends who I deal with, we talk regularly. I mean, even if it's like when we do talk on the phone, it's at least a 30-40 minute conversation, just catching up, seeing what's been going on. Except for one of my friends, I'll talk to her multiple times during the week where we just powwow it out all the time. But again, it's like, girl, guess what happened at work? Or guess what such and such did? Or this is what's going on. And that's what's going on. So I think just trying to find a line of communication to where you guys, it doesn't seem like it's a complaint, and it's more so like this is just just something that I'm feeling, something that I'm having an issue with, and I would just like to talk it out. Now I would say I don't think that we're 100% with that. I say we're about 60. Now we've been married for about 10 years, so that's, yeah. So I said we're about 60 because we still have our moments where you know um, we don't communicate well, and it really just depends. So that's another thing for our channel. We want to make sure that we are
Transparent and
transparent and
honest,
raw and
and we're gonna
uncut.
let y'all know.
Because I think
I
the
mean, if
idea
your marriage is bliss all the time, somebody
something ain't
cheating.
right.
Right. So, but
So I do want to make sure that
yeah, the honeymoon stage, like
we're
it,
giving realistic, like it's
honeymoon
realistic.
stage. I mean, if you're doing what you're supposed to do, it never supposed to end, really.
No,
But
but you do have to
you
find
do
ways
have to
to
fight through to
rekindle.
rekindle and light that fire again, because it's gonna be times where you like,
Y'all get it. I think what it is, you get into a routine. You get into a routine,
stagnant. You start. I mean,
falling off. Get
yeah, you
up,
start being
go to work,
comfortable, gaining
go
weight
home.
like I done did. You know how, but
It's enough.
yeah, ain't nobody with all that. But yeah, so I mean, but as far as love and everything, I mean that should never waver, no matter what you're going through. I mean, shit gonna happen, so you just gotta fight through that.
You
So
do.
as far as the honeymoon stage and how to survive that, just keep pushing. I mean, just keep
And
pushing.
stop bringing up divorce,
Right.
because y'all
And
not getting a
and
divorce.
and
Work through it.
and stop telling people y'all business, mothers included.
Family
Right.
members. The
It's
only thing about
especially
that
family
is
members, right?
they don't forget.
Right.
So
So
whereas you may forget and you may say, okay, you know what? I'm gonna take this person back. Your mama is feeling some kind of way because now you called her
right.
crying uncontrollably about this person. And as your mom, she's gonna feel that weight because she don't want you to be sad. And you telling her all these things that he's did, which is probably bad. Probably bad. And now your mama knows all of this, and every time she's gonna be side eyeing him, or vice versa, she's gonna be side eyeing her. So I would just say, be very, very careful about who you tell
What you
what to,
say
what you
and who you
say,
say it to.
because you really have people that um, will pair against you. and they don't want you to succeed. They don't want you to make it. And so they will make sure that you, yeah, yeah, you can't, yeah. So be very cognizant about that. All right. So our next question is joint decision making. And I really like this one because for us, when we're making a decision, I don't care if it's just to make dinner at night, we make a decision together. And I know Josh hates it sometimes because I'll be like,
Just
babe,
make the food,
I'll be
man.
like, what you want to eat?
Just make
And
the food.
he'll be like, I don't know. And I'll
Yeah,
say
bro, just make the
something
food.
like right now, him and salmon is out the window. Okay.
Cause she overdid it, overly
I
made
enjoy
salmon
salmon. I do. I like it.
8 times in a week. It's only 7 days.
So I'll say, oh babe, okay, well, you know what? I ain't made salmon all week. You know, maybe I'll make salmon. And I hear a little sigh in his voice, and I'll be like, never mind, I'll make something else. But I really feel like, I mean, that's really small. But I'll say, on bigger scales, when it comes to our children or
Finances.
finances, like those are big decisions. And I think sometimes people forget to ask your spouse how they feel. It's okay to say, you know what, babe, like, how do you feel about this? Do you think this is a good decision? Like, do you think I should keep going on with this? Do you not think I should keep going on with this? Like, I really think that those kind of decisions should be made as a partnership, because you don't want your spouse to feel like you're leaving them out or something. You know, like, dang, like she didn't tell me, she didn't let me know. Even if it's just something small, like, oh dang, like, I gotta do such and such after work, or or just checking in.
But that goes back to, like, as far as finances, like, depending on where y'all at in your relationship. Like, if she feel like her money is her money, she
Oh,
feel
she
like
feel
she
like she
ain't
ain't
gotta
gotta tell you
communicate with
nothing.
what she buying or what she finna, so
And that's enough.
it
Like, you
all
can't,
depends,
like,
man. It get real wonky out here when it comes to
the opinion of your partner
finances.
should
Could be
matter.
the downfall of marriages, shit, not just relationships,
That's like number two, number
marriages.
one.
All right, so it's like, I mean, make sure y'all have that understanding down before y'all even try to jump a broom or go to the
Right.
altar or all that. I mean, make sure y'all get the small stuff down pat first, because you don't want to get with somebody who's selfish and they money is their money and they feel like, oh, they ain't gotta let you know nothing. So, because I know a lot of people who going through a lot of stuff silently,
Silently.
and they hurting, but they already don't want to be embarrassed and don't want to get a divorce for whatever reason, so they just gonna
Stick it
suffer in
out.
silence and be miserable and unhappy, instead of you getting that out the way early, so you didn't wasted your time, because oh no, I can't be with nobody selfish, so I know if I ain't got it, she got me, or vice versa. And I mean, if you ain't got that, then 9 times out of 10 your marriage ain't gonna be,
Or
it ain't gonna be,
don't ignore the signs. Like, you see the
because
signs. Like,
somebody gonna let you know, like, not right away, but somebody gonna let you know who they really is probably the first 3-4 months of the relationship.
and there's
And
really a
and
difference.
I
It's
feel
a
like
big
that's all
difference.
it takes. For 3-4 months, y'all rocking, y'all going out, y'all hanging out, y'all
You'll
spending the night at
notice.
each other's house or whatever, the dating stage. It's been so long for me, I don't even remember. But
You'll
as far
notice
as
when
like the
somebody
dating
being
stage,
selfish.
yeah, you will know, like, what you mean, like, type, but
Don't
type shit, type shit.
ignore
Right,
red
right,
flags.
yeah.
Don't. Do not.
Cause
Especially if this
cause they
person
red for a reason.
you trying to tie your life to a
Right.
person forever until you leave this earth. You do not want to miss those red flags. You just
Right.
don't. You don't. You really don't. Because that can just a life of misery. And nobody wants to go through that. Nobody at all. So yeah. You want to take one last question, or you think we good?
We could do one more. We could do one more. One more.
So
Ain't trying to make the video too
I know,
long.
because we almost had 20 minutes.
Right.
I say, so this one is social media boundaries. And the only reason why I took this one, because I think that's a big thing right now. I mean, when our parents were together, social media wasn't really a thing. But now, since it is, like, I believe that you should have some boundaries. Like, for us, we do movie night normally on Saturdays. So when we're doing movie night, phones is put up. Nobody's on their phone. We're paying attention. Like, that's when we're really trying to do family things,
Yeah,
be
just
a
family
family.
time.
Hmm.
You know,
Be here, be
because
present.
social media has taken so much of has taken over people's lives so much. Like you could pass about 10 people, and 6 people got their face in their phones.
Mm. And that's every
So,
day.
and it's kids, TikTok and all Snapchat and all this stuff, YouTube, these kids is overran by it. So being an adult, and as far as like you spending that one-on-one time,
With your
either
partner
it's
is really
15, 20
important.
minutes to just no phones, talk, whatever. Even if it's a short conversation, hey, how your day was, woo 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 woo, woo woo. Like, but we do ours 2-hour movie, no phones. Even the kids, we do ours with the kids. So our daughter, she not allowed to use her phone either. So it's not just. And I know some people go, "Oh, you ain't finna tell me I can't use my phone." I know we got them kind of people. So I mean, I'm just saying, like,
But then you have to
like
question. That has a hold on
it's
you.
not to tell somebody not to do something. It's to show that you could go without that for a little bit. I mean,
Right.
because eventually, I mean, the way shit going, we don't know what's gonna go on. We might not have no internet no more.
I know the way they've been hacking
The way
stuff.
shit going on, shit getting hacked, you hacking into bank accounts, and people getting their money took and all kind of other stuff.
So I would say they don't have to be extra.
Not money. You said they had people
Oh
social
yeah.
securities. Remember they had people there, so everybody's social
So
security.
yeah, supposedly they done stole
Yeah,
over
like come on, bro.
2.3 billion.
Yeah,
So
people
they
socials
said
is out there, bro.
everybody's
So
social.
somebody dropped the ball.
Exactly.
So
So they
like,
need to be focused on that.
but yeah, as far as like boundaries, I mean, I feel like, of course, if you marry,
Be respectful.
hard eyes on people.
Be
Like if you see,
respectful.
because I know y'all be seeing it too. Don't act like y'all don't. But Facebook got a little hood links and little porn on there. You can click on. Some of them be
Be
spams, and
respectful.
say Facebook jail. But I know y'all get past the other ones, and it's real live porn on it.
Be
So
respectful.
be respectful. Don't hard eyes it. If you got, don't put
Because I can see
don't put the
if we follow
googly
each other, I can
eyes.
see.
Don't put the eggplant emoji. All come on. Be respectful.
On the big booty pics.
Yeah, be respectful. Don't comment nothing
respectful to your
crazy on it.
spouse.
Like now, if you single, you can do what you want to do, of course. But we're talking as a
Marriages
marriage relationship
or a relationship,
podcast.
and you're trying to be with somebody
That's what
long
this is going
term.
to be about. So feel free to ask us more questions.
Please.
And we're going to get to the rest of them on the next podcast. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell.
And we out.
And we out.